I am being joined by Nandakishore Harikumar, who is the founder of FalconFeeds company. Thank you for speaking to Times Network. Now, your company is a threat intelligence based company. Could you tell me more about your company? What exactly do you do?
So we hunt for hackers. We try to understand how a hacker work, then try to give that intelligence to our customers, where we really believe that that could add to their cybersecurity defense posturing. So what we do, we try to understand, okay, how a ransomware group works, whom would be their next target, whom have they targeted at this point of time, or was there an industry-based target? So to an extent, we even monitor geopolitical context too. When the Israel-Iran war happened, we monitored almost 200 plus hacktivist group. So similarly, every geopolitical incident have a lot of things to do with cybersecurity. A statement from a politician will have a lot of things to do with in cybersecurity. You will face cyber attack based on that. So based on all these things, we regularly we monitor 24/7, 365 days on this hackers group. We monitor more than 10,000 plus these kind of groups on day-to-day real-time basis. So interestingly, we try to generate intelligence on them, understand how they chat, try to infiltrate into their network, try to get their indicators on how they would be attacking someone. So this is what they actively do, and we have been into this market for last 2.5, 3 years. Yeah.
And your company is also dealing with government officials, mainly Ministry of Home Affairs, right?
Yeah, once in India, we regularly give reports to Home Ministry and all on very relevant threats. And during G20, when it happened in India, we directly, let's say, reported to the Ministry of Affairs on regular basis or on real time. So we consider it as our responsibility to send intelligence to government so that government can act on that first.
At a time now where the country is seeing a very rise in cyber attacks across the country, not just in the country, globally also, if we see there are a lot of cyber attacks that are happening. Specifically, is there any type that is happening? Because there are different types of attacks, cyber attacks. So, is there any particular sharp rise in any particular attack, or is there overall there's a problem?
No, India has been always vulnerable to a lot of cyber attacks. It could be a ransomware. We have been seeing a strong pattern, but what concerns us more is certain industry-based targets. So, let's say pharma industry is highly and widely targeted in India. It could be highly politically motivated, or it could have its own implications, because India has been highly growing in pharma since the COVID time. So even blueprints of these organizations or their intellectual properties have been leaking, but I really believe that would be the biggest national security threat we would be facing, losing of these intellectual properties. So similarly, most of the many industries have been widely being targeted in India. Maybe one, let's say, most secure could be a banking industry, because banking industry is highly regulated because of the RBI and its strong policies. But otherwise, I would say ransomware attacks regularly happen, data breaches happen, DDoS attacks happen. So anything, see, as a country grows, I believe cyber attacks are also regularly growing. But the sad part is that our disclosure, or let's say, response to these kind of cyber attacks are very less, because a few years before we understood that a private company, a space tech company, has been breached, even leaking to the large-scale network of their their internal arrangement with governments. So basically, this is a major concern for everything, and this is something that we, as long as we are not penalized in this country for data breaches, as long as you are not considering it as a heavy, let's say, cost to consumer data or their internal data, this is becoming a big problem for us. So this has been regularly happening. Categories are all, India is a victim of all the categories of cyber attacks.
Digital arrest is something that is happening commonly. So
So scams have been heavily happening now. Recently, we understood that scammers are also being scammed. So similarly, regularly, let's say on day-to-day basis, people are changing the shift motives, and I always get so amazed by the kind of themes they use to attract people. It could be today, it could be real estate. Tomorrow, it could be investment scheme. The next day, it could be mutual fund, and it could be Parivahan app of even many. And the sad part is that educated people are losing money in this. Who really knows internet, who really knows the society, who really knows technology, and have good awareness about financial. I know chartered accountants who have lost crores in this. When they were called as an income tax officer, let's say, asking them to be on a virtual arrest. But we all know that there is nothing called virtual arrest. Governments have been doing their maximum to say that there is nothing called virtual arrest, but every time this keep on happening. But it's very, in the cyber, we would always say cyber criminal side innovation is much higher than a cybersecurity innovation, because they keep on innovating new aspects to fool people, and people are falling for that.
Companies like Airtel, they have come up with phone calls which clearly gives you a warning that it is a spam call. But do you think such initiatives from companies like Airtel or any other company is actually helping people, or do you think there is more scope for improvement?
See, if you look into even now also people are falling for loan apps. What is the reason? Because the entire ministry, entire government setup, entire private sector have been warning the world that you should not take mobile-based loan apps. You should only take RBI complaint loans. But why still people are falling for this 5,000, 6,000 rupees? I would say this is purely because of the human error, lack of human intelligence, of lack of awareness. So, especially I will tell people that we generally have a thought process: this will not happen to us. So it will happen to my next door person, but I am very smart, I am so brilliant, so this will not happen to us, or I can manage the situation. So that is still one reason why people go to this kind of platforms, get loans. Even now people are losing money for like loan app cases. Even now yesterday I saw a report, Kerala government report, which saying that last 1 year the total loan app that was distributed to Kerala public was like around 200 crores. There has been
There have been deaths related to that. Recently in Kannur, there was a boy who died by suicide because, again, he had taken a loan from a loan app and they were constantly pressurizing him for repayment. There's no regularization. What do you think the government or the authorities should be doing in that case?
So we can only create awareness here. So governments are regularly creating awareness, but I think people needs to really step into this. Citizens need to have citizen awareness where they are not supposed to take loans from these kind of loan apps that are advertised on Meta kind of platforms or like Twitter kind of platform where they are advertising. Second, we need to know that mutual fund investments are prone to risk. Even mutual fund companies are showing that. Then someone is going advertising using Nandan Nilekani's or Narayana Murthy's or Mohandas Pai's photo or Nirmala Sitharaman's photo and saying that I'm going to give you 3x return, don't fall for this. I'm so surprised that people have money to invest into these kind of schemes, but they are not ready to invest into very, like let's say if you spread a government-based bond or a private-based bond. Everyone wants a 2x return. There is no media where you can get a 2x return in a short span of time. So this awareness has to be built, and if you have a Parivahan app kind of thing, no government is going to push this app through your WhatsApp. So these are basic things that humans have to understand.
One issue that is elderly people mainly, they're not very tech savvy. They are the ones mostly who are falling prey for all of these attacks. They get a link, they click it without even thinking twice. So how do you think we can educate older people, senior citizens basically, because just spreading awareness for them will not really work. So any plan for that?
See, basically, I would say it's changing. Even young people are falling for that. So whoever who has suicided on a loan app, they are youngsters. So basically, see, educated people, like let's say, UPI, NPCI is all bringing out with a lot of changes on regular basis where they are bringing, day transaction limits and all these things. Frauds are being countered in the level of technology. Now there is a huge set of information that is passed to governments from tech companies like PhonePe or like a fintech company for like Paytm. But unless, see, if someone is, so I have a very interesting use case where a central government employee, he was advised by the bank saying that sir, virtual arrest is fraud. This number is not RBI's number, or like RBI never takes money. They doesn't publish their bank account. So the victim is telling that no, I have no problem. Willingly, I'm ready to get into a fraud. The bank has warned him. I know the case. The case was put FIR. So the person is saying that I'm willingly ready to give the money because I don't want any that kind of trouble coming to me because of virtual arrest. If I can get out of a virtual arrest by paying 1 lakh rupees, everyone is Indians are ready to pay for that. That is the biggest shocking thing. We are not ready to go for a question. We know an advocate, we know a police officer. Why don't you take your phone and call them and ask, sir, there is something like this. What all details I should ask? Okay, you can ask for an FIR copy. Then the FIR copy is fake. You get the FIR number. A lawyer can search in the portal. Most of these FIRs were come from the Mumbai Cyber Police. So you can search in the portal. Then someone says that, okay, we have a Malayalam help desk or a Tamil help desk. We have a Tamil person sitting on there. We will help you to sort out this virtual arrest. They bring a local language speaking person. then you have another way to say that, sir, I will ask my advocate to contact back or my police station to contact back. And the most last thing what you can do, you can search. Everyone is tech savvy now. Everyone has an access to YouTube or Facebook or like Google. You can search in Google income tax based virtual arrest. Then the entire report will come in Malayalam or English or Hindi or whichever language you want. So basically, like let's say it's our. I think it has a lot to do with psychology or cybersecurity. You need to really learn that there is nothing called virtual arrest. Governments have been putting taxpayers' money into advertising and creating this awareness because public has no awareness. Technically, that is the saddest part. And there is no meaning in, see, you willingly downloaded an app. Government has been warning not to do this. And then you complain that government is not taking FIR. What can governments do? Sitting in Cambodia, sitting in, like let's say Thailand, someone is running a call center to do this scam only and you fall. So basically if someone calls me saying that, okay sir, I have fallen into this issue, now I don't address this issue because this has been everywhere. I think it has crossed the stage of creating awareness.
Other major issue, the NEET paper leak. You have come across a campaign which is taking place with scammers. Basically, what exactly is it? Can you tell the viewers about it? Because NEET controversy, the paper leak issue, is one of the biggest issues seen recently in the country.
So the latest finding, one of our researcher, very young researcher from our team, have found out that the state-sponsored mechanism in Pakistan has been trying to use a malware to trap our people for this. So anything related to, like let's say, NEET is a huge controversy and it is still in limelight. So so if someone gets like an app, or like someone tells you that there is an app being APK file being spread over WhatsApp, don't download it. That is the only thing we can say, because Pakistan has been highly trying to let's say spread a malware based on NEET exams. So researcher found out that it's called the NEET rat. It's a remote access Trojan where it can affect your phone and take your data. So basically, interestingly, as I said earlier, theme based campaigns have been happening, and so it's very surprising that a state sponsored campaign is also happening like this to track data for people.
So can you give an overall this to our viewers, so that awareness basically, so that they are mindful whenever they get into trap. Before getting into trap, they are just mindful what to do and how to react to situations.
It's very interesting. So like, see, all these app stores or like Play stores, whatever, wherever we have, basically citizens have like least interested to update your phone. So we start from saying that you have to update your phone regularly whenever Apple or Android pushes you an alert. But we rarely do that. The second thing, like let's say, only download applications from your App Store or Play Store. Don't download it from any website. Don't download it from any WhatsApp. If someone is sending you any link on WhatsApp, don't click it. So basically, phones or devices and smartphone companies are trying their maximum to, like let's say, have a security layer in the phone. But it's always we bypass that thing. So never try to do that. The third thing, like let's say, if bank is sending SMS, it would be with a title saying that this SBI alert or some SBI bank or like let's say HDFC bank or Federal Bank. If it is sent from a personal phone number 944 or something like that, it is not from the bank. So the ministry has done a very advanced thing to ensure that they all get a label saying that they are a banking SMS. It's classified as a transaction or a promotional SMS. So the SMS security has been highly improved in the nation for that matter of fact. So, and no banks will ask for an OTP. So never give it. Ensure that you don't pass on this OTP, whatever you say that. But never leak your too much of information. Like if we're going to Starbucks every day, if you're going to McDonald's every day, don't try to put photos based on wherever you're going or letting the world know. Or it should be a very close group. Still, I would not advise for that. So don't give too much of information to the world so that you can be scammed with a lot of data. For example, the biggest example was the COVID data. Like people were uploading COVID certificates and people were, like scammers were using it to lure you, because they have all the information, so your phone number, your address, your blood group, all your details are public. Then any scammer can. So scammers are very intelligent. They try to use this data to train themselves. Then another big danger, what I see, like we keep on uploading kids photos, 2-year-old kids photos, 3-year-old kids photos, or like let's say you create a baby account for your kid and post a lot of photos, which is very dangerous. Scammers can use it to morph the images and sell it online like dark web. We have been seeing a lot of cases where these baby photos, or like let's say where these toddlers photos have been used to create, I mean, fake child porn kind of stuff, CSA materials, and circulate it on. Like, why you are just exposing your child? By just doing it, you are not doing anything good, but you are doing more harm. You are allowing someone to take your data and train themselves on these kind of data sets. So basically, like, these are the basic things. Of course, ensure that you regularly update your systems. If you are using laptop, don't click on any link whatever anyone sends on a phone. And if someone sends, try to educate them, saying that, okay, ma'am, sir, or brother, like, let's say this is a malware based link, don't send it to anyone. And scammers are becoming very local. In Kerala, I could see the Milma, or like, let's say, even dhoti shops, their logos are used to spread scams. In Tamil Nadu, I could see like Arvin Milk, or like, let's say, their local. In Karnataka, same with their electricity board and anything like that. So every state, they have a series of theme-based scams that is being widely circulated.
Okay, thank you so much for your insights on that. Like he mentioned, there are so many precautionary measures that he has given to our viewers at a time when cyber attack is growing day by day in our country. With Vijay Arvind, I am Arpitha Harikumar for Times Network.